To what extent is Winston and Julia's relationship credible? 1984 by George Orwell. Introduction. 1984 is a compelling novel regarding science fiction in the 20th century. It is written by George Orwell, a renowned writer, and reflects on various aspects of the society at that time. It outlines some elements on how the state could use its power to dominate or influence the lives of people primarily through the aspect of cultural conditioning, as the party can manipulate and control the people through totalitarianism policies. This can be seen clearly by how Winston Smith's personality is manipulated to the extent that he is not only integrated into the party's image but also comes to adore Big Brother, though involuntarily. According to the author, the novel is intended to enlighten society on the kind of society they should desire. Winston and Julia are characters in the story, and this piece of work gives an insight into the credibility of their relationship. Winston and Julia's relationship. Winston Smith belonged to the outside party from Messenia, which represented America and England in reality. He for an extended period kept his feelings to himself until the latter due to fear of being punished, as the state was ruthless. His rebellion against Big Brother results in his arrest and mistreatment. Julia, on the other hand, is a young, beautiful and strong woman, a kind which does not in any way attract or interest Winston, and this makes him hate her so much. However, Julia seems interested in Winston through her acts, and at the end of it all we find them falling in love with each other, an aspect that was not expected to bear the fact that they were quite different in regard to various aspects of life, most specifically the intellectual capabilities, although they were both rebellious of the party. Their reasoning, perspectives, and inspirations were entirely parallel due to some differences in age, among other factors. For instance, Winston thought of how the future generations could have a much better life free from the influence of the party as it was before the party took over leadership, but Julia could not think of this since she did not know of life before the party. She was rebellious just for the sake of being against the party, but nothing much. Their love affair started in a very peculiar manner where Julia falls and Winston offers to assist her just as he would do to any other person. It was at this moment that Julia gets the advantage of airing what she had longed for a considerable time by giving him a note in which she had written that she loved him. Although Winston had been unreceptive towards women and particularly Julia, he was touched by the words in the note and their love affair kicked off, although they kept the affair secret for a long time. The love relationship between Winston and Julia does not seem genuine and credible due to the circumstances that surround it. There appear that there is no complete love between them, and there is a lack of emotional connection, although they both have the desire of loving one another, as can be seen through their desire to stay together. Their relationship seems to be founded much on the idea of companionship, which was not provided in the party's society, rather than love. The political rebellion was the foundation of their affair, and passionate love was lacking. The existence of the common idea of being against the party is also a contributing factor towards their togetherness, as they can easily confide in each other in their struggle to rebel against the party and in so doing avoid being lonely. The love relationship between them did not go far, and they eventually departed as they both betrayed each other, which could have been avoided if they truly loved one another. They could even end up marrying each other. Winston and Julia relationship is a good one and makes the novel fulfill its purpose. In the relationship, Julia teaches Winston the idea of love, and the love feeling is then manipulated and directed towards Big Brother. The relationship also brings out the human nature, where there is usually both love and betrayal. Loyalty and commitment are aspects that can be linked to the relationship between them, and this differentiates Winston and Julia's relationship from those that have been influenced by the totalitarian state that was in power during their time. Conclusion. It is evident that the credibility of the relationship between Winston and Julia is questionable due to the basis in which it is founded. Political rebellion is, however, clearly shown through their relationship, and the society at that time is well depicted. We find the two actors betraying each other even with the knowledge that their staying together would play a significant role in freeing themselves from the Big Brother, hence proving their rationale. This essay on To What Extent Is Winston and Julia's Relationship Credible was written and submitted by user Vivienne Wall to help you with your own studies. You are free to use it for research and reference purposes in order to write your own paper. However, you must cite it accordingly.